Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Corallia Bay Beach. That's what you're looking at, straight out across the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. What a great start to a video. There's people in their swimwear. There's people enjoying the beauty and the spectacality of the area known as Coral Bay. And of course, many people know that Coral Bay is a great holiday destination and could be the best beach in the world, but certainly in downtown Paphos. We're having a bit of a storm, so I thought I'd start the video here to show you that when they say a storm in Paphos, to be honest, it's not that bad. There's people walking around in their underwear and they're having a great time indeed. Now, sit back and relax. We're going to go for a little drive along the Coral Bay Strip and we're going to go to downtown Paphos. That's what we're going to do. And while we're at it, I'm going to tonk on a Romeo and Juliet, especially for you, but in particular, especially for Lord Derek Scully, who probably has had a fantastic meal with his hot chick Brasilia booth. We hope the Stefano was spectacular, and I hope that Sir Martin and his blonde beauty Lady Victoria are tonking on a cigar or two. Hopefully they are. I'm just going to light it up and then we're going to start our ascent back up to the Coral Bay Strip. Coral Bay is a great area, by the way, it really is. Coral Bay Beach is spectacular, but I think that Corallia Bay Beach is that little bit better. And of course, if you're coming from Paphos on a bus, that's where the bus journey terminates, so it's much easier. Let's let these guys go. You can see they're having a great holiday, and well, scantily dressed, so that must mean the weather is pretty good. If you're curious to know what the temperature is, well, we could go check in with the weather girl, because the weather girl is already here in downtown Paphos. So if the weather is bad, well, the girl you need to go complain to, of course, is Lady Dawn. And there's a man in her life, and it's a special day today because it's their anniversary. So look after her, Sir Sean, look after her. And of course, there's two guys they've left back up in the Peach District, and of course that is Sir Bobo, a very clever dog indeed. He's got a partner in his crimes, and of course she's a pussycat, and she's known as Lady Daisy. What are they guilty of? Well, they're not guilty of anything, to be honest, but now and again, Sir Bobo, the very clever dog, goes and steals the plastic friend of Sir Sean, and he clicks through on Google and hunts down the words Marika and me, buy me a coffee, and of course up comes our landing page, and then he chooses to flex the muscles of that plastic friend of Sir Sean, and he buys us a coffee or two. There we go. So that's what he's guilty of. And he always says, well, I just borrowed my owner's little plastic friend and bought you a couple of coffees. And we thank you very much indeed. And of course, we thank everyone who tries to keep the channel afloat. We really do. Thank you to every single person out there that chooses to be very generous and buys us that magic coffee. Thank you very much. And of course, more and more people are choosing to become superstar members on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. That's, you've got the support, that's where you virtually send us a coffee or two for that special anniversary birthday video, or perhaps you want me to call your cat in. Don't just call Bobo in. Oh no, he comes in on his own. And I know Miss Scribble is sitting there, of course. Mr. Murphy is sitting there. We've got Ollie Wally, he's sitting there. There's lots of dogs who like to watch Marika and me. It's on their wavelengths, shall we say, because we are nuts in Paphos, that's for sure. Now, you can also join us as a Superstar member, as I've said. €10 a month is all it costs. And we thank each and every person that has chosen to do it. Sir Philip, Lady Sharon, thank you very much. They live in downtown, let me think where it is again. It could be the Cotswolds. No, it's Cornwall, that's where they live, yes. And we're looking forward to seeing them in May, which is not that far away. And of course, we'll have a butterfly or two waiting especially for Sharon, because that was the theme of their wedding. She likes the butterfly, so guess what? We're going to get one for her. Coral Bay Strip's coming up. James Henry, ooh, start dancing. David Potter, start dancing. Lady Ali, Sir Neil, come on, go and get that special bouquet of flowers. And of course, Sir Brian, he's Chuchka dancing. And of course, Lord Mike, yes, he is indeed. They're getting excited. A little bit of dampness on the ground. You may have noticed we had a bit of rain, but not much. It only rained for about 15 minutes and it wasn't that bad, to be honest. And of course now everyone's back out in their shorts, strutting their stuff, looking for someone to get something to eat or to strut her stuff and get a Romeo and Juliet, who knows. Anyway, talking about lighting a cigar, let's get one lit. Come on, let's get on with it. So I'll shut up for a moment or two and let you enjoy the Coral Bay Strip. Here we go. Oof, that's lovely. That really is. Mr. Chris, the greatest Mediterranean seal sail spongeman in the world, I am thinking especially of you. And I'll smoke it, and I'll take a picture of it, and I'll send it to you that little bit later. That's what we were doing the other night, by the way. We had Sir Martin and myself were sitting there tonking away on some cigars, and there was a bit of a competition about which ones are the most expensive ones. Now in the UK they're much more expensive, but he bought me a €20 cigar. In the UK apparently it's about £60. My goodness, it was a nice cigar. So I took some pictures of it being unwrapped, and I sent them to Mr. Chris, and I took some pictures, well, Martin took some pictures of me smoking it, and we sent them to Mr. Chris. And Mr. Chris was a very sad man indeed. But guess what? We're heading towards Paphos. I'll pop down to the promenade and I'll see my mates, and I'll give him a Romeo and Juliet, courtesy of Sir Martin. So there we are. Thanks very much indeed. We're friends for life, and we're looking forward to their return, hopefully in May, and again hopefully in September next year. And a big shout out to Sir Martin and of course Lady Victoria. Don't forget to message us now and again, because we like to know that our friends are safe. We really do. And that goes to all the people that meet us. You don't have to watch every single video of Marika and me. We understand that, well, we do quite a few, and you've all got your own lives. But come back now and again and just say, hi, I'm still with you. And you always get a reply. And, well, we'll look forward to seeing you again and again. Now, that shows you the weather in front, doesn't it? There's a guy airing his arm out the window, and his roof is down, and he's getting a bit frustrated because he wants to give it a bit of a boot. But the point is, we are in October, the first week of October, and the sun, well, it's shining, especially for him and especially for everybody on the island of love known as downtown Paphos, because that's where we're based, isn't it? So his roof's down, or his roof doesn't work, who knows? But he doesn't seem to be suffering too much. He seems to be having a great time. Very relaxed. He's got a frappe in the other hand, a mobile phone in one hand probably, and he's adjusting his flip-flops, and he's chilled, and he's looking very cool on the descent to downtown Cassoniga, because we've left Coral Bay, oh yeah, and we're now in Cassoniga. And there's a bit of cappuccino on top of the sea, as you can see if you look out towards the right, but of course I think the sea looks that little bit better with that little bit of movement in it. I really do. I think there's something beautiful about a wave or two. Well, let's hope that they don't turn into a tsunami and wash the whole island of love away, because otherwise that would be very sad, wouldn't it? Because you'd have nowhere to come. Yeah, see? So Paphos is waiting just for you. And this cigar is lovely. It really is. One of these days I think we'll have to do a special video in the Habana shop in downtown Paphos, and I think the name gives it away, doesn't it? But it's a shop that only sells cigars. There's a little bit of a smoking lounge in there. I don't know how that works, because technically in Europe it's illegal to smoke indoors, but of course which part of Europe is Cyprus in? I don't know. There we go, because every time I go past there, there's 10 to 12 people sitting there smoking a cigar, one of which is the chief of police. So perhaps we'll pop in and tonk on a Romeo and Juliet with Stavros and see what's going on in the world and find out what's going on. And you never know, for Donis, the mayor, the greatest mayor in the world, by the way, maybe he'll come and join us as well. And I've no doubt Andros from the Pelican Restaurant will, because he's the president of the Cigar Association of Cyprus. There you go. So we'll sit there tonking away on a cigar, and if I'm lucky, because you know me, I do like to get something for free, I might get a cigar for free. If I do, I'll make that video especially for you. Cassoniga, that was a CU Beach Bar. Of course, if your name is Sir Daniel and there's a bit of sweetness in your life, she's Sherry. Oh yeah, Lady Sherry Wright, and of course she's sweet, and she's always right. We haven't met her yet, but we know that one day soon Sir Daniel is going to bring her, and we're going to chuchka dance the night away, that's for sure. So if you're looking for us, we're in the downtown head of Paphos Harbour. We storm the promenade, as we say, as the nights draw in. The time's going to vary, obviously, but more often than not, on an evening, you're going to find us in the front row in the Pelican Restaurant. If you want to come and say hello, well, just come over and say hi. grab a seat, sit down, let's have a drink or two and chew the fat and find out about your life and your experiences in downtown Paphos. If it's not good, you tell us, because we'll go and have a word with the gun barrier number 1 for Donis and sort it out, especially for you. Kasonega traffic lights coming up, coffee shops, restaurants, hair salons, gift shops galore. There's everything around this area. So if you're in this area, to be honest, there's something for everyone. If you've got Paphos computers, so if you want to buy some bits and bobs for your laptop, or perhaps it breaks down, that's where you go. Kasonega is full of things for you to do. Hotels, apartments, villas to rent, and if you're sitting on the beach side, guess what? You're going to get a great view out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. Now we are heading towards Clorica. So this road goes straight from Paphos to Paya area, or straight from Paya to Paphos in this case, but obviously it's the same road. It's known as the Coastal Road, and on our right hand side, if you understand, behind the villas and the hotel complexes, of course, is the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. And it's a great view. There's nothing better than looking out across a beautiful sea. Even on a rainy day like today, most people come here and they say, wow. Even on a stormy day, Paphos is spectacular, because the storms don't last very long. So if you're thinking about coming out in November, December, January, February, just do it. I promise you, you're going to be very unlucky if you have a week of bad weather. Normally 2 or 3 days and you'll get 3 or 4 days of good weather. But even the bad weather, the temperature, you know, it's going to be 16, 18 degrees, so it's not cold. Bring a raincoat, bring a baseball cap and a pair of sunglasses, a pair of flip-flops with a bit of wool on them, and you'll be all right, that's for sure. Poppadom's restaurants coming up. If you like a bit of Indian food in your life, perhaps if your name is Shady Tree, you've got a shady girl in your life called Shady Lady, that's Mike and Liz. Of course, perhaps that one should be on your list for next time. And this time they said in the Alexander the Great Hotel. They said it was a great hotel, but they felt a little bit old. There we go. I won't say any more. It's a great hotel. Lots of people love it, and lots of people come back over and over again. And of course, our girl in charge of the show, that's Dame Ann. She loves the hotel so much that she comes back twice a year. Now, I know a guy who stayed in that hotel more times than her. 38 times he's stayed in that hotel. He's been coming there from when he was 12 years of age, and he's an absolute superstar. He really is. And of course, his name's Mr. Chrissy, and we had the great honour and pleasure to meet him this time, and we're looking forward to meeting him again after he's finished in all his, well, computer security and espionage and all those kind of things. He'll be coming back, and hopefully he'll do us the honour of coming and sitting with us in the Pelican restaurant. We'll have a chat or two, perhaps a cigar, and well, chew the fat, as I say, and sort the world out. Where are we now? St. George Crossroads. If you go to the left, you go up the hill into uptown Clorica. If you go to the right, I got a feeling there's a hotel just down there, and there's a Mr. Murphy and a Miss Jen staying in there, and I got a feeling that the Pendants crew might be there as well. I understand that Miss Trixie the dog is unfortunately back home in South Wales, but you never know. She could be watching the little channel known as Marika and Me, and if the Pendants are in crew, please come down to the Paphos Harbour and let's have a chat, because hey, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Come and say hello, and of course we'll sit there, have a drink or two, chew the fat, and maybe make a special video for Miss Trixie the dog and say yes, ask Gumbaroet. You never know. Again, shops all around here. St. George Shopping Centre. There's coffee shops, there's a hair salon, there's what else? A mailbox plate. You want to send money via Western Union and all those kind of things. It's just over there. Cafe Mies over there. If your name is Baron John, Baroness Louise, that's where they like to go and get a coffee when they're on the way to Paya. You've got the refresh kiosk. If you want to buy, oh, there we go. He's off to buy one now. He's going to go and get a Rampant Rabbit from the electrical store called Premier Electrical. From fridges to Rampant Rabbits to shavers to hair dryers. Not that I need one of them, but that's where you'd go and buy it. English staff, English company, anything you can want, that's what you're going to get. Slowly but surely now, we are going to ascend into Paphos. And of course, I'll say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, why not hit that thumbs up, the like button as they call it, and of course, it doesn't cost you a single penny. Why not join the channel by subscribing? Again, doesn't cost you a single penny. All you have to do is register yourself with YouTube. They already know more about you than you know about yourself, so Don't worry about giving them your details, shall we say, because they're all part of Google anyway. And of course, it doesn't cost you a penny, but of course, it does tell YouTube that you like what you've seen. And of course, then YouTube will recommend it to people like yourself, clever people, like-minded people. And of course, if you want to keep the channel afloat, as I keep saying, well, Google the words Marika and me, buy me a coffee, and of course, you'll hit our landing page, get a bit of information, and of course, you can choose to buy that coffee or two, and drop in the comments what it's for, you know, to say thank you, or perhaps if you want a birthday shout out, an anniversary shout out, you want me to call in Miss Scribble, you never know, that video could be coming especially for you. You can also join us on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, Marika and me, at only €10 a month. And of course, you get a special title, and you'll get yourself closer to Marika and me. Paphos is coming up. It's going to tell us on a sign, and it's going to tell us the speed limit as well, 50 kilometers an hour. And of course, in and around Paphos, the Gumbarus in blue are very, very kind and generous, especially for you. And they'll allow you to drive at 69 kilometers. Yes, correct. So you can travel around at 60, 65 kilometers and not even flinch when you see a speed van or a policeman looking at you, because all he's going to do is salute you and tell you what a superstar that you actually are. We're about to join the Tomb of the Kings Avenue, and we'll keep on going to the Tomb of the Kings Avenue Mall roundabout, and then we're going to take a right down to the Paphos Harbour area. And if you're very, very lucky indeed, you're going to get a great view out across the blue Mediterranean Sea on a stormy day in downtown Paphos. And most people are dreaming of this as a stormy day, because understand at this time of year, in many places, you know, if you're in downtown London, perhaps, if you're in downtown Krakow in Poland, perhaps if your name is Lady Anna, my superstar, perhaps your weather is slowly but surely turning for the worse. We hope your weather's not too bad, we really do. But keep on coming back to the little channel known as Marika and me, and we'll always be sending you hugs and kisses, especially for Lady Anna, the greatest lawyer in the world. And of course, there's a hug or two for her partner in crime, Sir Thomas, and of course, my great friend, Mr. Bart, who's destined to be the greatest lawyer in the world. And hopefully, you're now whizzing around in a Lexus or two, because his mum and dad's got one each, because hopefully you've passed your driving test. I know you were going to take it, and we do hope that you've passed. And please, Mr. Bart, drive carefully. Don't try and impress the girls too much as you're spinning the wheels in mum's or dad's Lexus, because, well, it can end terribly. But hopefully, you know, your mum's the greatest lawyer in the world, so she'll get you off. And of course, she's a judge, so she'll acquit you as well. I tell you what, the weather today, to be honest, is beautiful. It really is. If you're coming here on holiday, we understand you want blazing sunshine, but if you live here all year round, which we are blessed to do, we've had 3 months of non-stop heat, humidity and sunshine. I think you know what I'm saying. So today, it's simply fabulous. And the temperature, if you're curious to know, the weather girl, well, she's in Paphos, so she already knows what it is. Lady Dawn and of course Sir Sean have been here celebrating their wedding anniversary, and she knows that today it is 31 degrees and it's just gone past midday. So there you go. Doesn't get much better than that. This is Tomb of the Kings Avenue. Too much to mention. There's restaurants, there's bars, there's the new bus terminal going to open up there sometime in the new year. Tea for two if you want a good breakfast. What else is around? I mean, there's hire shops, there's gift shops, there's the King's Hotel, there's the Damon Hotel just over there. And of course, if your name is Sir Philip and you've got a girl in your life called Lady Sharon, that's where you're going to be staying there. The Paphos Damon Hotel, just right in front of us now to the left-hand side. Look past the red traffic light, Andrea, because it's on red, and that building is the Paphos Damon Hotel. If you go to the right down here, you go straight down to the Lighthouse Beach, Firehouse Beach, to give it its, well, correct title, should we say. And of course, wow, it's all been rejuvenated. There's a nice car park, there's a spectacular new walkway, they're building new sun shading seating areas, and of course you can walk from the Paphos Beach to the Paphos Harbour in around about 20 minutes. And and we're going to go make some videos over the next couple of weeks on our little electric scooters, and those videos will be especially, and I mean especially, for our little superstar, the little princess, the girl with the greatest smile in the world and the heart of a lion. I'm talking to Princess Meghan, and we hope that you are recovering very, very quickly from your traumatic operation that unfortunately you've had to have. And we were waiting for you and your mum and dad and your sisters and your brothers next year. And I'm telling you, we're going to come and walk that with you. You'll be in the wheelchair, we understand that, but we're going to walk that with you, especially for you. You're a little superstar, you're a legend, and you've got the smile of an angel and the heart of a lion. So Princess Maggie, big, 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 big hello to you. And we're thinking about you. And we know that we'll see you again very, very soon indeed. The Paphos Mile roundabout is coming up. You never know, Lady Andrea may keep these traffic lights on green, especially for me. Let's hope so, because if they're on red, guess what? I'm going straight through. Paphos Mile is on the left, and of course that's the Paphos Mile roundabout. We're going to go right and go straight down to the Paphos Harbour. If we were to go left, by the way, we would wiggle and waggle our way up towards the old town. So that's to give you a little bit of a bearing there. If you're on foot from here now, it's going to take you about 15 minutes. So the old town to Paphos Harbour on foot, depending on your fitness obviously, but I'm going to say 20-25 minutes is what it's going to take you. So let's go straight over and let's head down and see how much more. Come on, Lady Andrea, come on. I should go straight through, but of course I'll stop because, well, I'm nice. You never know. There could be subscribers to the little channel known as Marika and me. Stick with us for a little bit longer. Listen to my ramblings of rubbish, and of course we will get to the blueness of the blue, 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 blue Mediterranean Sea. Especially for you, we will indeed. You never know. We might get to see Mr. Chris running up and down hunting for his cigar. He does like a cigar, Mr. Chris. So I've got one especially for him. Don't worry, I have got one. I always take him a cigar every single day, and I'll sit there and have a chat with him, and he'll get me a coffee. I haven't worked out who's got the better deal, so I get a coffee which he gets for free. I buy him a cigar. But today, I'm dying now. I'm dying of cigar. It's cigar in what's the word? Inhalation. There you go. Sir Martin, you're going to kill me. You are going to kill me. Never mind. Probably a lot of people would be happy about that, but no, not really. I wouldn't anyway. Christina Booth wouldn't be. Sir Martin wouldn't be. Lady Victoria wouldn't be. Princess Tracy wouldn't be. And of course, Dame Anne would not be happy at all. She really, really wouldn't be. So let's keep going. Let's get down there. But I'm pondering. But today, like I said, I'm not buying the cigar because I've had it for free off Sir Martin. So I'm going to give Sir Martin's cigar to Mr. Chris. So today, I get a better deal because I'm getting a free coffee and he's getting a free cigar. No, I'm still not getting a good deal, am I? Telling that Chris, he's a clever man. Made a fortune and has been the most successful Mediterranean sea sail spongeman in the world. And of course, if your name is Miss Zena and there's a man in your life called Mr. Kev, well, you're in love with him. I know you are, yeah. You're exchanging pictures with him all the time, but he is a star. And we're looking forward to seeing you next year. We know you're coming because we've seen the booking reservation. So don't forget, Zena, Kev, come and see us in the Pelican restaurant and we can sit there and chew the fat and have a cigar or two. As promised, Cato, Paphos Harbour, look at the people. They are having the time of their life. And there's an awful lot of blueness around. Thanks for watching. And of course, don't forget to come back and see the little channel known as Marika